Hi my friends, CA here, and this week's book pick is the middle grade book, Who in the World is Carmen Sandiego? So I'm donning my best fedora to talk about Carmen Sandiego, something I remember from my childhood, the idea of a female thief who was cunning and sophisticated and technologically minded, or certainly had connections to people who could provide technology. Wasn't familiar with the actual computer game, and I do remember the game show, though didn't really watch that, but the TV show I do remember as a child. And recently Netflix has brought a new version of the Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, and this book, Who in the World is Carmen Sandiego, is more aligned to the Netflix series. And what I mean by that is the original series, Carmen was a thief, started vile, stole, actually did steal things for her own personal gain, and Acme was the group of people who tried to stop her. The new series and the story seem to be more politically correct. She is a thief not for personal gain. She is a thief stealing from other thieves to sort of right wrongs. So the book, Who in the World is Carmen Sandiego, explores more of Carmen's history. It kind of happens in chunks. It opens up to set the stage of Carmen now, with the authorities trying to catch her, and a chance encounter on a train causes Carmen to delve into her past. And so the first part is about her history, why she sort of does what she does, kind of her upbringing in the vile academy to raise criminals, and just everything she sort of went through. And then a second portion of it is more about, well, how did she become who she is, like her signature of the red and the name. And then clearly at the book she eludes authorities and can continue into actual more stories if they want to, or supports the series if you've caught it on Netflix. Carmen Sandiego was always sort of known for sharing an understanding of history or geography. We would be given clues about a location she may be at, or about an artifact she's taken, and then you as the watcher would kind of learn a little more. You won't find that in the book. This is more kind of, or in superheroes and other villains, this is like a backstory to Carmen. I do like the fact that you have a strong female character who does get into the villain area, and she is quite smart and has no issues about being the top of her class when she goes to school, has no issues with trying to outsmart other people, and I kind of like that in Carmen overall in the book. Book reinforces that. The only thing I'm kind of disappointed with, and it's not so much with this book in general, I think it's this new direction with Carmen. Carmen steals for good versus for personal gain, and I kind of like the idea that she was like a true villain. There may be some concern about kind of encouraging kids to think that's to glorify the fact that thievery is a good thing. But really, when you're talking middle grade, kids are exposed to a number of different stories, real, unreal, that gets them to tap into their imagination and think outside of the box, or outside of areas that they normally explore. And so I really don't think there's anything wrong with showing a woman in this true thief. And somehow I feel it's got a little stereotype too. Because she's a girl, she can't be a true thief, so let her do thievery, but she's doing it for good. And that just feels like a bit of a, not as impressed with it. Looking for a middle grade book. Again, she is still in the story. Carmen is a strong character. As I said, all those things that I do like about her, so there's great merit in that for a book. I'll include more information on the book below if you're looking at adding this to your home library. You know, you can find me here on Wednesdays talking about books for kids, maybe books you haven't thought of adding to your home library, your child's library collection. If you like this content, like to see more content like it, be sure to give it a little thumbs up. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified of more content as it is published. And until next time, one to beam out.